Welcome back to the Old Colony Cast, a podcast about all things Plymouth and surrounding areas. I am one of your hosts, Andy, joined by Sleepy Time other host, Hanna.
Hello.
Hannah's
I'm the sleepy.
sleepy,
I'm
yeah.
dressed as a Sleepy Time bear. T. You know Sleepy Time.
Oh,
Sleepy Time tea
yeah.
with the bear.
Yeah.
Just imagine that's what I'm dressed.
It's a very fetching hat, Hanna.
Thank you.
And our CPAP wearing producer, Fish.
Look, at this point,
add like Darth Vader sounds over
Do you?
you.
I wouldn't be surprised if I had sleep apnea, so
I
I
was
probably
gonna say,
need
do you
one.
really have one? That would be such a funny thing to call out for him. You'd be like,
That would be
what?
a very personal deep cut, but
Yeah.
no. As far as I know, I just
Lots of people have them.
Yeah, it's true.
I just work earlier than my body clock wants me to be up.
I know. I was like that for a while too. Yeah, it would just like you get used to it, but you don't at the same time.
Haven't yet
Yeah.
at all.
You just like you're able to wake up and do it, but you're never like adjusted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now my issue is
You're never like bright and shiny, like in the morning when you wake up.
I am not a morning person.
No, so
Well,
like,
my day job starts at 5 a.m. If I'm bright and shiny at 5 a.m.,
yeah.
it means I haven't gone to sleep yet.
Oh, you just circled right around.
I've just powered through because, frankly, I'd be way better rested on no sleep than like
Yeah,
2 hours.
get a little no dose in you.
5-hour energy shots are,
Oh yeah, they're gross, but they do it.
I know, but at least they're quick.
Yeah, no dose.
Oh, I know. I've
I-
done Nodos. I've done Vivarin.
Oh, I loved no
The
dose.
hell's Vivarin?
The same thing.
Oh.
The
Basically,
first time
just
I had
different
it,
brand.
yeah, the first time I had it, I was like, oh my god, this actually works. In the 7th grade, someone had coffee flavored Altoids and told everyone it was caffeine pills.
Yeah.
And boy, was there an investigation
Oh, I bet.
because we didn't even know caffeine pills were real.
Yeah.
And so they had to like circle around to everyone and be like, did
Never-
you see the caffeine pills? And I was like, the Altoids? I saw the Altoids. Is that the same? Anyway,
I've never had a caffeine pill. It's kind of intentional.
I
feel
think
like.
they do the trick for
Yeah, I
sure.
bet you they do.
Yeah,
it's-
And I very much like caffeine, so.
Yeah, like I'd rather stay away.
I mean, I'm just saying, I
I
don't,
just feel like that's not something I necessarily need in my life.
Andy, I don't know if a no-dose is materially worse than 3 liters of Diet Coke.
you know, the no-dose
I don't
might be
drink 3
better.
liters of Diet Coke.
2? 1.5?
Maybe 1 and a little more than that.
Okay.
I just always keep it on hand.
Yeah.
I had
Because
a.
when I don't have it, I'm miserable.
I know some people love the. I almost said love the Coke,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean. Like,
Oh, wait. I'll give you 2 liters. I
The
was thinking
soda.
bottle.
Yeah, the bottle's 2 liters.
Yeah. I'll give you 2 liters.
Like, I
I
don't
was
think...
thinking 3. I'm like, there's no way I would drink.
Like 3 of those bottles.
That's
No, he
actually
was
6
giving
liters.
like actual measurements.
It's like, it's a 2-liter bottle.
Yeah. No, I got you.
I've seen
You're
you.
right. You're
Like,
right. I'll give,
1 and change.
All right, I'll give you 2.
Not on... Yeah, I mean, like,
I
I wouldn't
know.
be, like,
Yeah.
way
I
out
was
of
thinking
pocket.
bottles. Yeah.
And at the same rate, like on a day off, I'll drink like a whole pot of coffee with like the really sugary, gross, like Coffee Mate
Yeah.
sweeteners. Love that stuff. Like at the end of the day, I'm like, well, coffee, at least it's not soda. And it like pretty much is.
Yeah. Soda's really bad. And I know it is.
Like-
But also, like, there's a certain amount of, it takes me all day to get through the bottle.
Yeah.
And there's a certain amount of, like, oh,
I mean-
you can only drink so much before you have to pee. Where a caffeine pill, you're just like, I can take like 5 of these. That's probably okay.
Yeah, there were 5-hour energy issues back when I was
I know.
overnighting.
Yeah.
I used to, the
The
Red
third
Bull.
one at 2 in the morning was a
Oh,
poor
it makes
choice.
you feel wiggly.
Wiggly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could like. There was a non-zero chance I can vibrate through this wall.
You could
right
hear silence.
Yeah.
Could taste colors.
Yeah. No, Red Bull used to be my thing. A diet Red Bull.
I don't like Red Bull.
Slam one of those.
Nah, Red Bull's not great. Celsius is okay.
I like
Celsius is
Celsius.
good.
I haven't had an energy drink in like 3 years, so.
Yeah, I switched to caffeinated water.
All right. Does it taste like anything?
Water.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Caffeine, it comes in many forms, so watch out.
Greatest thing ever invented.
Except for the coffee flavored Altoids. It was not in that.
But what are we talking about today?
None of that.
All right, so let's keep talking.
But in the vein of 7th grade, this happened when I was in the 7th grade.
all right, I'll take it.
So Do you guys know anything about the hospital in Milton, Massachusetts?
No.
Anything ringing a bell? Anything standing out?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Okay, sweet. We're starting fresh. So in June of 2003, an image started to materialize in one of the windows of Milton Hospital. Any guesses as to what it was?
I'm guessing, I think I have a 50-50 chance of getting this right. I'm
Yeah.
going to go with the Virgin Mary.
It was the Virgin Mary.
Oh, wait, what year was this?
2003.
Oh, okay, no.
Ding, 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 ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding.
It's always the Virgin Mary.
Sometimes Jesus.
Sometimes it's
is
Jesus.
usually like toast and crackers.
Yes. I think I have that written down
Yeah.
somewhere.
Usually like smeary images is Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus is mostly in like baked goods.
Yeah.
Over the next few years, visitors from all over would come to view what was considered by some to be a miracle. BID Milton, so
Beth Israel Deaconess.
thank you. Formerly known as Milton Hospital, opened in 1903 with 9 beds in a tiny home.
I was gonna say that's small.
Thanks to so Jordan was not all that much bigger when it opened. It was a smaller house with like 15 beds, I think.
Oh, okay.
That's just the size they were back then.
Yeah.
And thanks to a donation from Edward, the Edward Cunningham estate, it was able to kind of grow from the 9 beds that it was. I don't know why I did that.
The growing.
The hand motion.
I don't know.
Roo, roo, roo. Just imagine
Imagine a building growing.
Imagine a building growing in size. Not through magic, but through carpentry. So, it experienced some. I literally am saying the word growth in the next. It experienced expansion around 2008. It was about the same time that Beth Israel Deaconess Jordan did, because that's kind of the time that company, hospital corporation, swooped in and bought up
all the
several
Yep.
local hospitals. Yes. It specialized in about 22 different areas of practice, and I don't know, well established in the area. Been open since 1903. You know. So the leak started about 5 years before the image became more apparent.
Okay.
It was a long time coming, long time brewing. It was a mix of moisture.
It's not one of those overnight miracles.
No, moisture you could assume, right? But specifically, it was like very minerally looking, and it was because as it was leaking, it was because it wasn't sealed on one side with the cement that kept the bricks together, so it was like pulling
so
some
it's like leaching off the minerals from the mortar or whatnot.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So it made it like very, I don't know, a little bit more picturesque than a regular leak in a window would.
Okay.
Which would usually be like steamy, foggy, drippy. Yeah. This was like really outlined.
Yeah.
Okay. The window was in a medical office building. Which means it was not necessarily part of the main hospital, and I believe it was specifically for an eye doctor or an ophthalmologist.
Okay.
And over the first few months, 50,000 pilgrims would show up to view the image. Some were claiming, again, was a miracle. The hospital had to enforce visiting hours for the window. And it was in the evening. I believe it was like 5:30 to 7:30 or something like that, or 4:30 to 7:30, just a few hours.
So like after most of the hour office was closed?
Yeah.
And just to accommodate for the traffic, many people brought flowers, pictures. Some were visiting with disabled family members and like touching the wall.
Yep. All the normal stuff you do.
Others kneeling and praying before it, with rosaries in hand. Lots of interviews with folks while this was going on. Do you remember this at all?
I don't remember this at all.
No, nothing.
Wow.
I'm trying to remember, like, what was I doing at
2003.
I was
22 years ago? Is that?
Yeah, I was 20.
Well, you get a pass.
Why does he get a pass?
20 is a.
I was in college.
You're just doing whatever.
Why
does he get a pass?
I'm
like, you get it.
Yes, man. Like,
You get a pass.
I'm sorry, you were busy starting your family
Yeah, I
and
was
having
like-
a full-time job.
You don't-
raising
Ooh.
Liam.
You don't get it. You don't get the pass.
Sorry.
How old would Liam have been?
So what we said, this was 22 years ago?
Yeah,
he would be 1.
Okay, you get a pass.
Okay.
You both get
Like
passes.
that first year, it's like very
Oh, it's blurry. Yeah, no. Current event wise, I have no
Yeah.
idea what happened the first year of Walter's life.
See.
No, I'll pass you. You're fine.
That's
Okay.
right, listener, I get passed.
Yes. But listen up.
That's right. Liam, if you hear this, you are your dad's excuse for not paying attention.
He's not going to listen to this.
Zoe might listen and tell him.
Okay.
He's more likely to listen.
I'll text them.
So there were reporters and news outlets there interviewing the folks that show up and just asking them, getting the vibe. What are your thoughts? What are you doing here? Yada, yada. One of the interviewers said, I think she's sending us a message, and the message is pray for peace.
And
Because you can spell that from optometrist?
I'm more caught up in they got this from a window.
I'm not. It's
No, it looks
totally
like
what they
Mary. Yeah.
It's
Okay. And then another one, kind of not
like, I
really.
remember there being images of Mary in a window. I don't remember this specific.
There's another one, another person they interviewed. This is about abortion. Shouldn't pull any punches. Went right to what she thought it was about.
Oh, okay.
Can't you see the baby in her arms? Hate to say it, but like as if Mary, like she's carrying Jesus.
Right.
That's a very common image. Anyway,
and also optometrist's office, not an obstetrician. Do they think
yeah.
Mary?
And
think
and
Mary just hit
abortion.
do you think Mary just hit the wrong office?
Also, they didn't perform those there.
Yeah.
So
It's again
I don't even think they
It
had a
was-
maternity ward.
an optometrist's
Yeah.
office.
She said, "Can't you see the baby in her arms? She's trying to tell us to hang on to our children." Yeah, as I said, abortions were not performed at Milton Hospital. And no one knows the first person who noticed the figure in the window, but as hospital staff reported, it was like you just suddenly heard people talking about it, and then the rumor grew.
Yeah. Because there are probably people like, oh yeah, I kind of see it, and then you just
And
need
then
one
it's-
person to like call the news or something.
Right.
Yeah, and then who was responsible for cleaning the windows?
I'm going to tell you a story about that in a minute.
Okay, good. I'm curious.
There's now it's between the two panes.
Right.
So you
Okay.
can't really
It's
go.
not something you could just
Yeah.
wash
It's not
out.
like a wipeout thing.
No,
but yeah.
no. But I will tell you about. I got a good little thing that happened to me with that. There's a report that 386 Virgin Mary sightings happened in the U.S. within that like time frame of like 5-ish years.
Yeah.
Okay, that tracks.
Some say it means it was like they were.
Signaling end times.
They were no. They were trying to send messages of hope among the bad press that the Catholic Church was getting from the child abuse
From the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say, I would think less of the Virgin Mary if she was running cover for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta send them a sign. Hope they don't catch that we allow people to be pedophiles. Yeah. Anyway,
Hey, Mary, you like kids?
yes, yeah. Look over here. Anyway, so because this had garnered so much media attention, it did have to be investigated by the Catholic Church.
Okay.
Okay.
So they can say whether it's a miracle or not.
Correct. So Joe Nickel, senior researcher, fellow at the Committee for the Scientific Investigation of Claims of the Paranormal.
I have a lot of issue with that state. Joe Nickel?
Joe Nickel. No,
I know that name.
Yeah, you do. He's the owl guy.
The owl guy?
You've listened to Monster Talk. You've heard Joe Nickel on.
It's the same Joe Nickel?
Yes. Joe Nickel is, or I'm sorry, he actually recently passed. Joe Nickel was basically a professional paranormal investigator.
Yeah.
And a complete skeptic about all of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Blake just did a.
Yeah, he just did the episode, his memorial episode. Yeah,
Right.
he's
That was like very recent.
yeah,
Okay.
like in the last couple months. But yeah, he's a legitimate
Sorry, I was very hung up on the word salad of a organization.
I know.
psychop. Yeah,
And declared it not non-miraculous due to the evidence regarding the leak.
The leak.
I would be absolutely stunned if, of all people, Joe Nickel showed up to go, "Oh yeah, this one's legit."
So yeah, he was sanctioned by the church to go
No,
prove or
interesting.
disprove it.
That is wow. I'm a little caught up that the church looked at him and said, "Yeah, him."
Guess I don't know.
That's interesting.
It was the
You know what?
article.
Good on them.
The article I read this from was like a seminary school university.
Oh.
Someone wrote about it from
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I forget. I wish I could say which one. Sorry, guys. Sources. Remember your sources, everyone. And what was I going to say? That's so funny that you knew him. Miraculous. Eventually, the window was moved. Now I'm moving on completely. But I did have something else to say. Oh, have you guys ever seen the show Evil?
Never even heard of the show Evil.
It's about what I
I'm-
just described.
I know.
about the window?
No, it's about the people who go and investigate miracles.
Yes.
I know. I've never seen it. I know of it.
It's silly. And they make digs at the Catholic
Is
Church
this-
the whole time. It's crazy.
Is this quote unquote real? Or is
No.
this like a
No.
scripted-
It's a scripted show.
It's
I've-
It's like loosey goosey.
Like it's.
Okay.
It's fun.
I think
Yeah.
it starred the guy who played Luke Cage.
You got it. That's exactly right.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
as like the main
He
investigator.
is. And he's like in seminary school, but he's not official yet. And they're like, you have to do this to prove yourself. And you're like, what qualifications? And then he ends up with an actual like psychologist. And she cheats on her husband. He's so nice. He's a photographer for like a nature documentary series. Anyway, I don't
I
know.
love how Hannah synopsizes TV shows. It's just so nice.
He's barely in the show, but he loves his family. Okay, anyway. It's a fun show. It's silly. It's not like good, but it's good. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
in fairness, silly but not good covers a lot of what I've been watching.
Okay, cool. I was entertained.
Okay.
So eventually the window was moved. Fetus. I'll get back to
To
that.
Venus.
No, I said
To Venus
fetus.
Pizza?
Fetus, question mark. And I actually lost track of where it was moved to. But it was moved. I don't know if they like threw it away. I can't imagine they did.
I can totally imagine they did.
So, some context for you guys. My dad, for a majority of my life, has had weekend work or after job, his like full-time job work, doing cleaning in offices,
Yeah.
schools. He was a janitor in the Brockton Hospital for a long time.
Okay.
So,
I wonder if you knew my mom.
when did your mom work there?
80s and 90s.
That's when my dad worked there.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in the maintenance area.
She was maternity. And she worked the overnights.
I don't think he got that way very often. But I had an aunt I had two aunts that worked there. An
Yeah.
aunt and a great aunt. I don't know if they did maternity though. Brockton Hospital is another one of those hospitals that got like the rework. You
Oh,
know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
They all have. They all got flushed. Anyway, so my dad is telling me on the phone because we knew about this thing happening from my dad's house, like not too far away.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, I was heading into work for some cleaning and I stopped, like I had to, I wanted to see the window. And like for however he phrased it, in my head, I got it that my dad like went and cleaned the window.
Oh, like you went and wiped it off.
Just like, and I just
Everyone's worse when you said that.
So I just imagine him like, shh, 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 like, yeah, like squeegeeing it off while the people are like, what? So
Drawing a little happy face on Mary.
yeah. So I got real life account from my dad. I called him to see what he remembered of that, and he didn't remember me thinking that, but I do remember on the phone he was laughing very hard once he realized my mistake. he said that people were there praying. I believe if this interview didn't happen while he was there, he caught wind of it very shortly after his visit or a little before his visit. That there was someone on a radio show he was listening to that was asked about it. And the lady said, "I'm a Catholic, not an idiot." Anyway, so he remembers all the things I just told you guys about what he saw.
Yeah.
They left pictures. They were kneeling, praying with rosaries, people saying prayers, touching the wall, literally all of it. And he did catch that there was a rumor that a maintenance person went to go replace the window and the ceiling fell in on him.
I bet you that's not true.
I know.
No, that's
Yeah.
I know. And he obviously was like, what kind of God is like punishing you for like...
For doing the thing that someone told you to do.
Old Testament God.
Yeah.
Old Testament God does that all the time.
Yeah. But anyway.
Just ask Job.
And that's really it on the Virgin Mary window. But I wrote fetus ? Because I remember so vividly there was another hospital in the area, and I mean like in the broad area of Massachusetts, like maybe not even close by to us, that a fetus appeared in the window of, like, same idea, leaky window, fetus appeared, and they were like, it just happened in the blood. And I'm like, maybe it happened like somewhere else in the country, and like that was just happening, and I conflated the two. But I asked my dad about it, and he's like, I don't remember there being a fetus window at all.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, like, I don't remember this specifically, but
Yeah.
it's like I recall this type of thing happening a lot.
it did.
Yeah.
It did happen often. There was the Jesus toast.
Yeah.
There was a few other bread Jesus
I remember there
apparitions.
was there was a Mary one on the side of a building that was kind of like oily,
Yeah.
and, like iridescent.
Yes. I do remember that.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other specific ones, but this one has captured my attention for a long time. I've been meaning to add it to the list if I hadn't already, because I wanted to talk about it for a while. Yeah.
Okay.
And just because I thought it was fun and cool and something that captured our small nation of Massachusetts. There's a lot of people to visit it, though.
Yeah.
That was just like in the first couple months was 50,000 people. Like, people kept coming for a very long time.
Crazy when
Yes.
that stuff happens.
Yes.
I feel so bad. Like when they bring their like disabled family
I
members
know.
in, like,
Look, don't.
I know.
That's,
so sad.
They gotta have hope. That little water stain was hope. I used to try to see faces like in the stucco ceiling. You guys ever look at stucco ceilings?
I mean,
and dragons and
whatever.
Yeah.
See whatever's in there.
Yeah.
And that was fun.
yeah, I mean, that's
it's
just
like clouds.
it's what
yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
it's just what our brains do. We're hardwired to see faces.
Why is that?
Evolution.
Right?
Well, it's just easier to, one, recognize people, and two, we look for patterns anyway. Because
Yeah.
sometimes there's,
Tigers.
basically, yeah. And lions.
I always say I would have
bears,
died so
mine.
long ago because of my lack of vision.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be the only one here.
Yep.
And let's be honest.
100%.
And I'll be honest, I'd be dead too, just not because of my vision. I'm slow and have questionable reflexes. I feel like just because I can see the lion coming doesn't mean I'm going to be able to get out of the way.
You're like,
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder how I'm alive. Still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we are a
vision's
species
horrible.
of distance runners and persistence hunters, and I am not a built for speed.
I haven't heard of one of these things popping up in a while, though, just
It
to
has
bring
been
it
a
back.
while.
'Cause I was
think
just
it-
thinking
yeah.
of that. Like, I'm like,
Like I've heard a few, but like I think it's all like documentaries I watched. That was,
Yeah.
like, could have been forever ago.
right.
You know, like the healing power of this lake kind of thing, but not. I don't know.
It's been a while since it's been
Yeah.
huge, though. You know, the Jesus and the toast was national,
Yep, I remember that.
and something was in a potato chip.
Probably Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus again. Baked
Jesus
goods.
again.
That also
That's
got
his
like
specialty.
that got like
Yeah.
a big resurgence when eBay was fairly
Yeah.
because people were putting stuff up like that on eBay.
Yeah.
And they're going for crazy money because there was an online casino, Golden Casino. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, that's definitely a casino.
And they would spend like $25,000 on a potato chip that looked like J. Edgar Hoover. Because then every news organization will report it. And they'd be like, we just got nationwide advertising for $25,000. And that's why they would do it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking for I'm looking at the Miracle Hunters website for a list of apparitions of Mary. The most recent one is from 2020 in Atlanta.
Oh, in COVID?
Yeah.
I feel like we should have heard about that a lot more.
Yeah, well, it was to one priest, so...
Yeah, okay. Oh, like an apparition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Not like a stain on the wall.
No. Sorry, it's just you look down and it's like... Cameroon. A bunch of school children in India. A rabbi in France.
I want to know what they saw, though.
I just want to know, like... Rabbi H. Chaim Gruber is seeing an image of the Virgin Mary is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did hear of one that someone saw the image of the Virgin Mary in paint at an Inebri-art event. So 50,000 people should go to those.
Wow.
Think that's going to work?
I might.
I mean, sure.
But yeah, that's all I have on that. It was fun to look back on and remember what happened and what I was up to.
I don't remember at all. I was changing poopy diapers.
Yeah, true.
So this part where we stop talking.
And thanks for checking out the show today, listeners. If you enjoyed the content today, you can go over to patreon.com/Inebri-art to support the show. You can join over there for just a few dollars a month and help us provide this fun content that you just checked out. You can also email us at Inebri-art.com with your questions, complaints, and concerns, or you can find us on all social medias at Inebri-art or at Inebri-art6 on Instagram. And also don't forget to check out our other shows, Bar Talk Podcast, Old Colony Cast, Inebri-art, and all the other shows on the Inebri-art Network, which you can find at Inebri-art.com. Thanks again for listening.